I guess most people fortunate enough to have their own workshop will sooner or later, whether out of necessity or desire, make their own tools. And I'm no different. And out of all the tools I've made, one is by far the most used and also something you never see. That tool is my camera stand. I tried for about 6 months to buy one of these without luck and finally decided to make my own. In the workshop, my camera stand replaced the tripod for almost all the shooting that has to be done to make videos for YouTube. It's incredibly versatile, able to reach almost any area where I want to shoot video. And it can do this quickly and with little effort. The stand enables me to place the camera almost anywhere, from behind the metal lathe or the vise on the workbench, or behind the drill press. Even overhead shots are a breeze. The only real downsides I can think of are one, its substantial size and weight. This means it can't be used outside the workshop. Another limitation is how low I can get the camera to the floor. At the moment, using the camera stand, the lower limit is just over 400 millimeters. In the past, when I want to shoot very low like this clip just outside the shed door, I've had to improvise. I think I used a brick and several pieces of wood to balance the camera and also get the right height. So what I want to make is an adjustable platform to enable me to get the camera as low as possible with the minimum of fuss. Of course, there are a couple of more important reasons why I want to make this project. The first is I'll get much needed practice on the metal lathe, but the main reason I want to make this is because knobs, specifically big knobs. Don't take this the wrong way, but I really love the feel of a big knob. Whether it's adjusting the volume on my late 80s Technics amp, or fine-tuning the focus on my camera, or even twiddling the various big knobs I have at work on my press. I think I've tried parting off on the lathe about 5 times and broke the tool on 3 occasions. The other 2 times I chickened out and just cut it on the bandsaw. So when I'm shooting video of a tapping procedure, I usually take a couple of shots at the start and then finish the tapping and take a couple of shots at the end of it. But so you didn't actually see what happened in between. But I didn't realise this was going to be so difficult. I started off with this tap. On the packet it said it was a tungsten alloy, and I doubt that because have a look at the twist that I put into that, and that was pretty early on. And I switched to this Sutton tap, and this was going good for a little while and then snapped off. And I tried to complete it with this really El Cheapo one, but I gave up after a while. Apparently stainless steel gets work hardened when you're using the wrong speed. So that's what I think happened here. And that's incredibly hard in there. So for the 2 remaining threaded shafts, I bought one of these Sutton gun taps. And this worked surprisingly well without issue. Okay, so try not to laugh, but I could have easily omitted this example of just one of the many stupid things I get up to. I couldn't get the knurling tool to fit between the tool post and the big knob. So I thought I'd just freehand a square shaped grip in place of the normal knurl. And to be honest, it wasn't going too bad until I decided that the divisions were a little too far apart and just eyeballed the cuts in between the marks I laid out. And then it didn't go so well. So the pattern that I cut into the rear knob, the biggest one, is not bad, though some of the spacings between the vertical divisions are a little bit irregular, and I don't think I can live with it, so I think I'll just machine this off and redo it to a higher, more regular standard. So to that end, I took a couple of hours to make an indexing tool for the lathe spindle. It's really amazing how quick you can make something when you're not filming, but I've made it to accept the change gears that come with the lathe, and here I'm using a 45 tooth gear, and this should give me regular divisions when I'm trying to cut those patterns into the knobs. So you may have noticed this little spacer I've had to fit to the frame. This is because the locking lever on the quick release base wobbles a bit and may come into contact with the frame. So I've had to fit this little spacer, it's a 4mm piece of aluminium, to stop this from happening. I'm quite happy with how this turned out. This was my third try at anodizing, and the result is the best I've done so far. The action is nice and smooth, and the grip pattern looks good and feels nice too. I've also thought of a few more use cases for this thing. Using this, I can get a lower angle of view behind the bench vise. Get another different angle of view on the miter saw table. Or even get up really close and low to the table saw blade. Yeah, so I'll probably be using this much more often than I originally planned.